My F-27 boyfriend M30 are currently on vacation with his family. I have volunteered to cook most nights because I love to cook and am the best at it out of the entire group. This evening I was making a dish for everyone and asked my boyfriend to please get me an array of seasonings for this specific dish: MSG, soy sauce, pepper, and salt. He then said, if you're using MSG, do you really need salt? To which I explained that MSG is not salty, has 1/3 of sodium content to regular salt, and that dishes, if they are using MSG, will still typically require salt. I was cooking outside on a griddle, and the dish comes together quickly, so I was not able to go back to grab any additional seasonings. I realized shortly afterward that he did not include salt, just 3 of the 4 things I requested when asked. He said we didn't need it. I tried the food. It was bland, so he then proceeded to put on additional soy sauce, which it did not need. It needed fucking salt. Either way, I was defeated and needed to take it off, so I served it as is, without salt. Everyone upon being served said it needed salt and proceeded to salt their own dishes. My boyfriend stood by his decision and doubled down on his argument that you can't remove salt, but you can add it, and that he preferred how it tasted as is. I was fuming because he has done this in the past and says I occasionally overseason over salt food. However, it does not happen regularly enough to be an issue. Occasionally accidental, I do 90% of the cooking at home, and he loves my food. We argued about it, and he stood his ground that he prefers his food less salty, and that if I salted it, that he would have been sole and not been able to eat any of it. However, the amount of salt it required was not enough to be overly salted, and that I know for a fact the amount of salt I would have used, he would have happily eaten it. I told him his behavior felt controlling, and he hit me with, I could have grabbed more salt myself, but again, this dish, if I stepped away, would have burned quickly. AITA for being angry and calling my boyfriend controlling for not just getting me the salt when I asked for it initially.